Let's start with a hard truth. You don't need a groundbreaking idea to start a business. In fact, waiting for one might be the very thing holding you back. Think about it. How many coffee shops, marketing agencies, or freelance designers exist in the world? Thousands, millions, yet new ones succeed every single day. Why? Because success isn't about being the first. It's about being the best, the most passionate, or the most resourceful. Starbucks didn't invent coffee. Nike didn't invent sneakers, yet they dominate their industries. Not because they were first, but because they understood the hidden rules of business. Are you interested in this topic? If so, comment below with the phrase, "I'm ready to be transformed." When I see your comment, I'll know you're someone with insight, and I'll be sure to give it a heart. If you'd like to support this channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so YouTube alerts you anytime I upload valuable content like this. Now that you've commented and subscribed, let's dive in. Number 1. The truth about starting a business. It begins with a feeling, not a plan. Most people think a business starts with an idea. Wrong. A business starts with a feeling. A nagging instinct that says, there's got to be more than this. Maybe you're tired of the 9-to-5 grind. Maybe you're obsessed with something: photography, writing, coding, baking, and you can't stop thinking about it. That's your starting point. Here's the problem. Society tells you to follow your passion, but then immediately warns, that won't make money. It's a contradiction designed to keep you stuck. The truth? Passion alone won't pay the bills, but passion plus a business mindset will. Write down what you love doing. Then write down what you hate doing. Here's where the school system failed you. They told you to work on your weaknesses. That's terrible advice. If you suck at accounting but love designing, why waste years forcing yourself to be good enough at spreadsheets? Outsource the boring stuff. Double down on what excites you. Number 2, partnership. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to be a lone genius to succeed. Some of the greatest businesses were built by teams. Steve Jobs had Wozniak. Bill Gates had Allen. So, if you love writing but can't design, find a designer. If you're a tech whiz but hate sales, partner with a hustler. Business is a team sport. The loneliness of the solo founder. Picture this. You're building your dream business. The vision is clear. The passion burns. Then reality hits. You're stuck handling accounting, which you hate. Marketing feels like speaking Chinese. That brilliant idea. Turns out it has holes only someone else could have spotted. Here's the truth. Going solo is like trying to play chess against yourself. You might move pieces, but you'll never see the whole board. You might say to yourself, but I don't want to give up equity. 100% of a failed business means $0. 50% of a thriving business means freedom, impact, and wealth. Steve Jobs had Wozniak. Bill Gates had Paul Allen. Before seeking a co-founder, conduct a ruthless self-assessment. What I love doing and hate doing. If you're a visionary who hates operations, your ideal co-founder is a detail-obsessed executor who thrives on logistics. This isn't about weakness, it's about strategic surrender. You're freeing yourself to operate in your genius zone. Number 3, prioritize execution over perfection. Just start ugly. Here's where most people freeze. They wait for the perfect moment. I need a better camera. I need a business plan. I need more followers. No, you just need to start. Your first step could be a LinkedIn post sharing your expertise, a simple blog with your thoughts, a social media page showcasing your photography. Don't overcomplicate it. Just begin. Experiment before you commit. Number 4, purpose. The secret to long-term success is purpose. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? If the answer is just to make money, you'll burn out. But if your business has a purpose, helping people, solving a problem, creating art, you'll attract customers, employees, and partners who believe in your mission. How to start today with $0. Identify your passion. What could you do for free and still love? Find a partner if needed, who complements your skills. Execute something small. A post, a prototype, a service. Experiment with revenue. Try different models. Define your purpose. Why does this business matter? Remember, Airbnb started by selling cereal boxes at political conventions. Uber began as a black car service for tech conferences. Your first step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to exist. How to find your purpose. The missing manual schools never gave you. Think back to your school days. What was the most common question adults asked? What do you want to be when you grow up? Wrong question. The right question, the one they never asked, was, what problem in this world keeps you up at night? Here's why they didn't ask it. Purposeful people don't make obedient employees. Before factories and cubicles, humans lived in tribes of about 5,000. Survival depended on one simple rule: give without expecting to take. You hunted, you shared the meat, you built shelter. Others stayed warm. There was no career ladder, just contribution. Fast forward to today, and we've been conditioned to trade our purpose for paychecks that barely cover rent. Jobs that drain our souls by 9:30 in the morning. A system that rewards compliance over creativity. Ask yourself, what pisses me off about the world? Is it food waste? Bad customer service? The way banks close at 5 p.m.? Dig deeper. Have I experienced this? Personal pain is fuel for purpose. Problem is, my grandma couldn't figure out online banking. Purpose is, I'll build tech that empowers the elderly ones. Purpose loves company, but keep your equity. You don't have to go solo. In fact, purpose multiplies in tribes. Do you love the ocean? Join a marine conservation startup but negotiate equity. Are you obsessed with education? Partner with a tutoring app but own a piece. Imagine it's your 80th birthday. Someone asks, what did you stand for? Will your answer make you proud or fill you with regret? Your homework. Carve out 30 minutes of unproductive thinking time this week. Identify one problem you've personally faced. Brainstorm one tiny way to start solving it, even as a side hustle. Remember, purpose isn't found, it's reclaimed. The world needs your untapped genius. Number 5. Endurance. Winning in business isn't about speed, it's about endurance. Think of the most successful companies you know. Amazon, Google, Tesla. Did they explode overnight? No. They grinded, iterated, and played the long game while competitors burned out chasing quick wins. Here's the uncomfortable question. Are you willing to lose before you win? Because that's the secret. Delayed gratification. Why free work isn't stupid, it's strategic. But here's what they don't tell you. Free work is the ultimate sales pitch. Stop chasing quick paydays. Build trust first, profit later. Ever walked into a business and immediately felt the energy or lack of it? That's culture. And culture isn't ping-pong tables or free snacks. It's how your team behaves when you're not looking. Amazon's obsession with customer obsession isn't a slogan, it's a religion. Employees don't ask, how do we make money? They ask, how do we solve this for the customer? Ask yourself, does your team care as much as you do? Are they solving problems or just collecting paychecks? If you're not winning, your culture is probably eating your strategy for breakfast. Luck isn't magic, it's probability meeting preparation. Here's how to hack it. Persistence. Most businesses fail because the owners quit. Outlast your competition. Know your destination. Success isn't more money, it's freedom. For me, it's taking my son to school and having time to train. If you don't define success, you'll chase someone else's version and burn out. Risk everything, but smartly. The worst lie in business: work hard and you'll succeed. Nurses work harder than most CEOs. Hard work doesn't create luck, risk does. The more risks you take, calculated ones, the more luck you attract. Number 6. Delay gratification. The fastest way to lose: focus on money first. Rushed monetization kills trust. Short-term thinking destroys culture. Fear of risk guarantees mediocrity. Winning isn't about being first, it's about being last. The winning blueprint: delay gratification. Build value before extracting it. Culture is king. Your team's belief system determines your success. Be persistent, define success, and take risks. Brand is more than business. Monetization follows trust, not the other way around. Facebook didn't monetize for a decade. Instagram waited years before ads. Google gave away search for free. Why? Because brands are more than businesses. A business chases revenue. A brand chases devotion. Are you playing for quick wins or building something that lasts? Give me your answers in the comment. Number 7. Fail forward. The hidden blueprint behind every breakthrough. The education system lied to you. Remember report cards, that sinking feeling when you got a B, or worse, a C? Here's the truth. The school system trained you to fear failure. A students follow rules. D students rewrite them. 80% of straight A students end up working for the underachievers who weren't afraid to bomb a test because those kids were too busy building real-world skills instead of obsessing over perfect grades. Question: would you rather be the valedictorian or the dropout who changes an industry? Most people avoid failure at all costs. Winners use it as a weapon. Let competitors underestimate you. Nothing is sweeter than silently outworking them. Become a D student mentally. A students need validation. D students only care about results. Example of how A student and D student think. A student: I need a Harvard MBA to be taken seriously. D student: I'll cold call 100 clients today and learn faster than any classroom. Which one builds a real business faster? Drop your answer in the comments so I'll know you're really following along. The billionaire mindset: lose now, win later. Jeff Bezos sold books out of a garage for years before dominating retail. Steve Jobs got fired from Apple, then returned to save it. Oprah was told she wasn't TV material. Their secret: they embraced losing as part of the process. Your homework: do something embarrassing. Cold call. Pitch a bad idea. Wear gym clothes to a serious meeting. Track what happens. The world won't end. Repeat until fear disappears. Failure is letting the fear of losing stop you from playing the game. Number 8. The art of selling without selling. Picture this. You walk into a party. Someone corners you and starts raving about their new protein powder, how it's gluten-free, keto-friendly, and packed with 27 grams of plant-based protein. Your reaction? Politely backing away while scanning for exits. Now imagine another guest casually mentions they've been hiking the Appalachian Trail. When you ask why, they light up. I used to get winded climbing stairs. Now I'm trekking 20 miles a day, all because I finally found a nutrition plan that works. Suddenly you're leaning in. Wait, tell me more. Sell the transformation, not the tool. The Steve Jobs method. Steve Jobs didn't sell iPhones. He sold rebellion, creativity, and belonging. What he didn't say: this has a 4.7-inch Retina display and an A9 chip. What he did say: this is for the crazy ones, the misfits, the ones who change the world. The best salespeople don't sell features. They sell stories, transformations, and identities. Selling isn't persuasion. It's helping someone realize they already want what you offer. Number 9. The art of marketing. How to stand out in a noisy world. Marketing isn't about shouting louder. It's about being unforgettable. Most businesses fail at marketing because they focus on features instead of feelings, on reach instead of resonance, and on algorithms instead of authenticity. But what if I told you that the most powerful marketing strategies don't come from a playbook? They come from human psychology, bold creativity, and relentless experimentation. Marketing legend John Wanamaker once said, "Half the money I spend on advertising is wasted. The trouble is, I don't know which half." This is still true today. You might get 1 million views, but if they're the wrong people, it's worthless. You could run Facebook ads, but if your messaging doesn't connect, you're burning cash. Test small before scaling. Measure what matters. Embrace failure. It's market research in disguise. Sell an identity, not a product. Why do people pay $200 for Nikes when $50 shoes exist? Because Nike doesn't sell sneakers, They sell belief. If you have a body, you're an athlete. Apple does the same. Think different. For the crazy ones, don't sell features, sell a lifestyle. Don't target everyone, target your tribe. Don't just advertise, inspire. Early Starbucks didn't do billboards. They did two things better than anyone. They opened stores near each other, creating buzz without ads. Why are there 3 Starbucks on this block? That's free PR. Marketing today isn't a single megaphone. It's a carefully orchestrated symphony of signals. To keep your energy intact and avoid burning out, embrace the rule of 3. Choose just 3 core channels, maybe email, LinkedIn, and PR, and go deep. Don't try to be everywhere at once. Instead, repurpose brilliantly. One long-form video can become a TikTok sprint, an Instagram moment, and a LinkedIn insight. It's not about working more, it's about working smarter. Stay focused, resist the urge to chase every trend, and remember, a dormant social account does more harm than no account at all. Now here's the magic ingredient most marketers forget: joy. The most magnetic brands don't just check boxes, they play. Red Bull sponsors astronauts in disguise. Wendy's tweets with the sass of a stand-up comic. And sometimes it's not strategic, it's simply fun. So what's your staircase, that unexpected thing that makes people talk? Build your manifesto on delight. Pick 3 channels to master. Turn your team into storytellers. Measure what truly connects. And above all, enjoy the process. Because if you're not having fun, trust me, your audience can tell. Remember, great marketing isn't about budgets. It's about boldness, creativity, and consistency. If you're getting value from this video and want to see more content like this, please hit the like button and smash the subscribe button. It means the world to me, and it really helps the channel grow. I'm on a mission to hit 100,000 subscribers, and with your support I know we can get there. Now that you've liked and subscribed, let's continue with our discussion. Number 10. The art of strategic PR. Public relations isn't about getting featured, it's about being remembered. Public relations isn't about getting your name in lights, it's about leaving a lasting impression. Businesses often chase after glossy names like TechCrunch or Forbes, without considering whether those headlines actually reach the right people. In many cases, a story in a local paper or trade magazine can convert better than global exposure. If your customers read it, it matters. PR also rewards empathy and preparation. Journalists are burned out and buried in pitches, so help them help you. Write your pitch like a ready-made article. Tailor it to their voice, provide high-resolution images, and drop in some quotable lines. Relationship building is your superpower here. Don't cold DM on day one. Engage authentically over time. Become a known name in their feed, and when it's time to pitch, it won't feel cold at all. And don't forget, you're always on the record. Scrub your online presence like a journalist is already reading it. Whether you DIY or hire help, PR done right is a long game. It's trust layered over time, not hype, but human connection. Number 11. The art of attracting investors. Let's start with a hard truth. Most entrepreneurs chase investors when they should be chasing customers. Investors aren't your end game. They're just one path to fueling your vision, and the truth most founders avoid. You might not need one at all. Before drafting that pitch deck, ask yourself, could you bootstrap this? Could you pre-sell, revenue share, or get a client to fund growth? Because once you take money, you're not just giving up equity, you're giving up decisions. The best negotiations start with leverage, and nothing gives you more leverage than traction. Customers, not capital, are what validate your idea. Now, if you're ready to raise with strategy, not desperation. Know your investor archetypes. Family and friends come with emotional baggage, angels with inflated promises, and VCs with chessboard motives. Strategic investors, they might become your best customers. Crowdfunding, that's both cash and proof the market wants what you're building. Whatever route you choose, lead with value, not need. Spark FOMO, protect your control. And never forget, the smartest capital might be sitting right next to your biggest opportunity. Investors should join your story, not rewrite it. Remember, the best investors don't just write checks, they open doors. Number 12. The art of landing sponsorships. How to make brands chase you. Most sponsorship pitches fail before they're even sent. Why? Because entrepreneurs treat sponsors like ATMs instead of strategic partners. The secret to landing powerful sponsorships isn't about slick decks or desperate asks, it's about flipping the script. Most entrepreneurs stumble because they treat brands like vending machines instead of potential allies. But when you lead with value, quantifiable ROI, or an emotionally resonant mission, you become a strategic asset, the sweet spot. When your story stirs their hearts and boosts their bottom line. This isn't about hopes, it's about alignment. Know the brand's DNA. If your pitch smells like guesswork, it dies on arrival. Instead, study what they've done, who they've partnered with, and the causes they quietly care about. But even a perfect pitch can't pierce the wrong inbox. That's why the back door matters. Media buyers have budgets, and creative agencies have imagination. Go where the decisions are made, and offer a co-creation vision that aligns with their campaigns. Better yet, don't pitch at all. Use the product, create the moment. Let your audience validate the brand and watch them come to you. And if a brand does say maybe, lead them through a funnel that turns intention into investment. In the end, great sponsorships are not transactions, they're creative collaborations. If you feel like a walking ad, walk away. If you feel like a co-founder in their vision, you're in the right room. Number 13. The art of building an iconic brand beyond logos and taglines. Your brand isn't what you say it is. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. Think about the last time you paid $5 for coffee that costs 50 cents to make Starbucks. Bought sneakers for $200 when $50 ones exist. Nike. Stood in line for hours for a phone. Apple. That's the power of branding. But here's the problem. Most entrepreneurs treat branding like a logo design contest rather than a strategic weapon. Your personal brand isn't something you create, it's something you reveal. Whether or not you've ever posted online, people already associate you with something. The danger: if you don't shape your narrative, others will do it for you. So start with your non-negotiables. What do you stand for, and what won't you tolerate? Ask close colleagues what they see as your superpower and your blind spot. Then design your code. Maybe you're a rapid responder who prizes clarity, or maybe you're the quiet thinker who only speaks when it matters. But here's the truth. Personal brands are powerful but exhausting. Eventually, you'll need to build something that lives beyond your name, and that's where the two branding plays diverge. You can borrow credibility, pairing your brand with a voice your audience already loves. Think Nike and Jordan. Or you become the voice yourself, like Jobs, Musk, or any founder who becomes the product. Both paths have power, but also pitfalls. Scandals echo. Burnout is real, so get intentional. Ask yourself, if your brand were a person, how would they act? What would they never compromise on? Build with consistency, hire with integrity, and protect your narrative with the same ferocity you'd protect your reputation. Because in the end, companies fade, but a great brand becomes a legacy. Number 14. The art of scaling. How to hire, grow, and build a self-sustaining business. Most businesses fail at scaling, not because of bad ideas, but because of bad people systems. You've felt it. The star employee who quit right when you needed them. The client who demanded 3 a.m. calls after signing. The creeping dread that you're the bottleneck. Here's the good news. Scaling isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. Scaling a business isn't about adding more work. It's about building smarter systems and surrounding yourself with people who elevate the mission. The biggest mistake most founders make: hiring for skill instead of purpose. Purpose-aligned hires don't just do their jobs. They bring energy, initiative, and autonomy. Give them skin in the game with equity, and you'll unlock loyalty that money can't buy. As you scale, shift from generalists to specialists. Document like your business depends on it, and be brave enough to fire yourself when the time is right. Legacy isn't built by clinging on, it's built by letting go. The greatest founders aren't afraid to step aside. They're bold enough to fire themselves, and wise enough to keep building something bigger than their name. That's not just scaling, that's legacy. Number 15. How to go global. Why expanding beyond borders is easier and smarter than you think. Let me ask you something. If your business vanished tomorrow because of a local economic crash, a sudden regulation change, or even a natural disaster, would you have a backup plan? Most entrepreneurs don't. And that's the problem. Too many business owners operate like tightrope walkers without a safety net, completely at the mercy of a single market. But here's the truth. Going global isn't just for massive corporations anymore. It's a survival strategy, a risk reduction tool, and often the key to unlocking explosive growth. Most entrepreneurs still carry the myth that going global is a Fortune 500 move. In reality, tech has turned geography into a suggestion. Whether it's licensing your model, forming strategic partnerships, or launching digital products, international expansion can be simpler and closer than you think. So where do you begin? Start with curiosity, not capital. Spy-level research reveals which markets want what you've got and which ones are landmines. Next, consider the lazy genius of franchising. Local operators run the show, and you collect royalties while scaling with ease. And here's the final twist. Big business isn't harder, it's actually easier. More resources, better buffers, fewer sleepless nights. Small means fragile, big means freedom. So if you've ever dreamed of having reach beyond your postcode, ask yourself what's really stopping you, because staying local by default isn't safe, it's small. Number 16. How equity really works. The invisible force that can make or break your business. Let me tell you a story about two friends. Let's call them Jake and Mike. They started a tech company together. Jake had the idea, so he insisted on a 52-48 equity split. After all, he deserved that extra 2%. Mike reluctantly agreed. Fast forward 2 years. The company is growing. Investors are interested. Then, disaster strikes. Jake wants to reinvest profits to scale. Mike wants to take cash out. He's got a mortgage to pay. They argue, they stall. The business stagnates. All because of a 2% difference that never actually mattered. This is the brutal truth about equity. Most entrepreneurs screw it up without even realizing it. And the cost? Failed partnerships, lost investors, even collapsed companies. But here's the good news. You don't have to be one of them. Equity can build empires or quietly unravel them. The biggest myths founders believe. 50% means control. We'll figure it out later. Employees don't care about equity, often lead to the silent killers of startups. Resentment, legal disasters, and strategic deadlocks. Real control isn't in the percentage you own. It's in how your agreements are written. Mark Zuckerberg owns about 13% of Meta, but controls 58% of voting rights through special Class B shares. You can give away equity without giving away control, if you structure it right. Number 17. The art of the strategic exit without looking desperate. Let me tell you a story about two entrepreneurs. Let's call them Alex and Jamie. Alex built a SaaS company with one goal: to sell it fast. He optimized for vanity metrics, chased investor buzzwords, and constantly talked about his exit strategy. Jamie, on the other hand, built a business she loved. She focused on customers, profitability, and long-term value. She never even thought about selling. Guess who got the $50 million acquisition offer? Jamie. And guess who got lowballed at $2 million after years of struggle? Alex. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The best way to sell your business is to not want to sell it. In 2006, Yahoo offered Mark Zuckerberg $1 billion for Facebook. He said no. Today, Meta is worth $1.2 trillion. Was Zuckerberg lucky? Or did he understand something most founders don't? Have you tried to sell a business? Share your war stories in the comment below. Thanks for staying until the end. I love you.